Oh, hi, writers. 1 second. Okay. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another writing workshop with Mr. James. First things first, let's kick things off with the joke of the day. You know how things work by now. Hold on to your ribs. Okay, what did the candle say to the other candle? I'm going out tonight. Okay, let's get straight into it. And today's lesson is about how writers plan their stories to resolve a problem and build excitement. Okay, now, if you remember from last time, my last writing workshop, we talked about creating characters and settings. So here was my character, Pablo Penguin PI, and his outside traits and his inside traits. And the setting was the beach, Boulder Beach. Okay, so you can see here I have a story mountain. At the beginning is where the characters and setting are introduced. And then this is the middle where we have a problem solution. So we have events, like a rising action, events, things that happen which create tension in the story. And then there's a climax to that tension where an exciting event or thing will happen to the main character. And then we have falling action and resolution, a resolution to that climax. And then at the end, the characters will have an ending. Now, so I'd like you to focus, guys, on the middle of the story, which is the big kind of meaty part of the story. So how do we create a problem and solution? So what exactly are rising action, events and climax and resolution? Okay, so sometimes it's best or easiest to explain what this part of a story is and why it's important if you take it out of the story. Okay, so I'm gonna, for example, choose a story that you know called Three Little Pigs. So we had a beginning, middle, end of Three Little Pigs, but there was no rising tension, no rising action. There was no climax or resolution, but you just had a regular beginning, middle, end. Okay, so Three Little Pigs at the beginning. The three little pigs leave home and build their three homes. Okay, now remember, we don't have any of this exciting stuff. So maybe the middle would just be something like the three pigs live happily in their houses and have dinner parties. And then the ending would be the three pigs live happily ever after, the end. Now, is that an interesting story? I would say that's pretty boring, right? Because you don't have any of the problem solution stuff, the rising action, the climax, the resolution, which makes stories interesting. You couldn't really even call this a story, maybe, because nothing really happens. Okay, so in the middle, instead of this, what do you have for the Three Little Pigs? You have the wolf. The wolf. So the first event to create tension is the wolf blowing the straw house down. Okay. The next thing that happens is the wolf blows the stick house down. So that's another event that creates tension. They go, oh no, what's going to happen to the third piggy? What's going to happen to the wolf? Surely they're going to come to some battle or some exciting scene. Okay, so the climax, the wolf can't blow the brick house down and climbs into the chimney. Okay, so now the story's at its point of maximum tension. You're scared for the piggies and you don't know what's going to happen to the wolf. Okay, so what happens? The wolf falls down the chimney and boils in the pot below. That's your resolution, okay? And then you can have your ending. The three pigs live happily ever after, the end. Okay? Now I'm going to show you another one with a movie, a story from a movie. Now, I think a lot of you will have seen seen the movie Finding Nemo. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to show you what the story would be like if you took out the problem and solution in any of the rising action, climax, resolution, all the cool stuff that makes a film good or a story good. Okay, so we got the beginning. Nemo and his dad, Marlin, our fish, living in the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, introduced to your characters and your setting. But now, we've taken out all of this cool stuff, the problem and solution. We're just going to have a very boring middle. So the middle is Nemo and his friends have fun swimming around and doing stuff. And then Nemo continues to live with his dad and go to school, the end. Now, I think you can see that's quite a boring story. Maybe not even a story at all. All right? So I'm going to take out the middle and put in the real story, the real problem and solution. Okay, so again, start at the beginning. Character setting introduced. Nemo and his dad, Marlin, our fish, living in the Great Barrier Reef. Marlin, he warns Nemo of the ocean's dangers, the great dangers that lie in the ocean. Next event. Nemo is caught by a diver and taken to a dentist's office. And the climax. Things are getting more exciting and more tense, leading up to the climax. Nemo's friends carry out a daring escape plan. And your resolution? Nemo is reunited with his dad and returns home. And Nemo lives with his dad and goes to school. The end. Okay? So those are just two examples of stories with both the middle in and middle out. And now I'm going to show you on my screencast how to put together a story mountain using your characters and settings. So I'm going to use my characters. I'm going to use Pablo Penguin PI, and I'm going to use my setting, and I'm going to think of a story and go through the various stages of a story mounting. Okay. I've also thought of a kind of enemy to Pablo PI, like somebody who he rubs up against, sometimes called the antagonist in the story, someone who will maybe stop him from getting what he wants and reaching his goals and creating that problem. And his name is Lord Blubber, and he's a walrus. All right, so I'm going to switch to a screencast now and show you my story. Hi there, writers. All right, so this is your story mountain. This is the template I would like you to use for today's task. Okay, so you can see I have filled in already the build-up, the rising action, the events that happen to create tension. I filled in the problem and the climax, the resolution, and also the ending. Now I'm just going to write a beginning, just a very simple beginning. Doesn't have to be very very detailed. Just a few words to really set the story in your mind. Okay, so I'm going to go to the text button, which is here. And I have a new text box. And the beginning of my story how am I going to start it? I'm going to start it with something about the setting. So it is a crisp, sunny morning on Boulders Beach, capital. And we're going to be introduced to our main character, who of course is Pablo Penguin PI. What's he doing? Pablo Penguin PI is reading a detective novel. Let's just move that up so you can see it. Okay, he's reading a detective novel. What else about him? He's the tallest penguin on the beach and is well respected. Everyone has a lot of time for Pablo Penguin PI because he's a very smart, very intelligent penguin. Okay, so you type it like that, and then you can adjust the size of your text box. So I'm going to move it right down. Okay, so there we have the beginning. So I'm just going to go through my story with you, just to give you an idea of how to put each part together. So the beginning. It is a crisp, sunny. Let me just adjust my spelling. A crisp, sunny morning on Boulders Beach. Pablo Penguin PI is reading a detective novel. He is the tallest penguin on the beach and is well respected amongst the colony. Okay. Build up. Pablo's friend Peter disappears from the beach in suspicious circumstances. Pablo suspects the evil Lord Blubber has something to do with it. Pablo Penguin PI sets off to rescue his friend. Pablo finds his way to Lord Blubber's island beneath a volcano. On the island, he is shocked to see hundreds of penguins trapped at machines being forced to make fish pies by Lord Blubber's gang. Under cover of night, he unlocks the rooms of all the penguins for them to escape. He puts dynamite at the base of the volcano, which explodes, causing the volcano to erupt. The penguins swim to safety, but Lord Blubber's lair is destroyed. At the ending, Pablo Penguin PI is declared a hero, and the penguins have a party. Peace returns to Boulders Beach. Okay. So when you finished writing your story ideas, just click on the green tick, the top right hand corner of your screen, and that will save it to Seesaw. Okay, guys. Best of luck. Thank you.